Hello everyone, welcome to part 9 of my CD collection. Now, I have a decision. I don't know whether this is the last part or the second because there's quite a few albums, there's like 20-ish, and I might just talk about them all in one video if I'm honest. Or I might do 10. So I'm either going to do, I was thinking like 2 short videos or 1 long one. But honestly, they might be just too normal, depending. I'll see how it goes. Okay, right. So we have Automatic for the People, REM. This is actually a pretty decent album. It's the only REM album I've heard. And it's like all the REM I've actually heard except for that and Losing My Religion. You know, it's pretty decent. It's quite a chill album actually. It's just something to listen to, like while studying maybe. And then we have the opposite, which is Scatman's World. I find it hilarious that my dad owned this. Me and my friends still make jokes about this album because it's just funny. You should, if you like funny music, you should get this album. It's great. I was going to do like a whole sarcastic bit about it, but I can't be bothered. I've been doing this for like an hour and a half now. We have Bridge Over Troubled Water. This is actually quite good. I need to get into Simon and Garfunkel, but I think this would be a decent place to start if I were to get into it, especially Paul Simon's. Yeah, it's a pretty good album. Especially this song itself, Bridge Over Troubled Water, is a beautiful song. Okay, we have 2 of my favourite albums at the moment, maybe ever, but probably just at the moment. Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. I used to not like this album, but then I went back and re-listened to it, and it's amazing. Like, I don't know how I didn't like this album. It's sort of grunge, but it's got elements of like shoegaze. It's really nice, like Cherub Rock, Today, Disarm, Mayonnaise, like loads of great albums, got great songs, and it's just a really nice album to listen to start to finish. It's definitely a good starting place if you want to get into Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know if I prefer Melancholy or Siamese Dream. This is great, but it's long. If you want to listen to it, you need to like put time into it. Like, you need to plan it. It's like 2 hours long. I want to get it on vinyl, but the only thing you can get is like a big box set of it, which is like 150, and it's massive. But the CD will do me for the moment. Again, I can't really say anything that's not been said about this album, except it's one of the best albums of the 90s. You know, it's got Melancholy, Infinite Sadness, Tonight Tonight, Zero, Here Is No Why, but just every song, I can't be bothered. Every song on this album is great. It's like some of the songs are really like quiet and soft and beautiful, and then the next song would be this song of just anger and pain. It sounds like it wouldn't work, but it works perfectly. This Snow Patrol CD, I don't know why I own this. I just recognised the name and I thought I'd pick it up in case I liked it, but I don't really. I like chasing cars like everyone else, like every other person, but I haven't bothered to get into Snow Patrol. Maybe I will one day. Yeah. The Smiths debut. I really should have got this on vinyl. All the Smiths albums, all 6, I guess you could say 6, some people just say the 4. All the Smiths albums are great. the Smiths are just a great band. You know, this album is one of my favourites, along with The Queen is Dead and Louder Than Bombs. You know, you've got like Reel Around the Fountain, you've got Everything Now, Miserable Lie, This Charming Man, Hand in Glove, What Difference Does It Make? You know, just every this is what I love about the Smiths. Every band member contributes something to the album, like equally. Like you've got Morrissey's like whiny vocals and really nice voice, really depressing lyrics, and you've got like Johnny Marr's jangly guitar. You've got the drummer, I actually don't know his name. You've got Mike Joyce, you know, keeping the time fine. He's some nice little just things now and again. Andy Rourke as well is an amazing bassist. The Sting and the Police, just this is like an unofficial hits album. I have actually listened to this and I don't mind it. I feel like the Police are one of those weird bands that I've want to get into, but I don't know. It feels too out of my comfort zone, sort of, and I feel like I wouldn't like it as much as other people would. The Stone Roses, it's so good. Again, there was a phase of when I just listened to this album non-stop, and I think everyone should have that phase, really. The Stone Roses, self-titled. I haven't listened to I have listened to the Second Coming. It's okay. It's nowhere near as good as this. Nowhere near. This is just what a perfect album. It's one of my favourite shoegaze albums, one of my favourite British albums. Like, every song is good. Like, I Want to Be Adored, She Bangs the Drums, Waterfall, Elizabeth My Dear, even though it's short, it's just a nice little song. Song for My Sugar Spun Sister, that's great. Made of Stone as well. I Am the Resurrection. I Am the Resurrection is an 8-minute epic. It's one of the best closing tracks on an album. I'm gonna make this long. I can't be bothered. So that's like half the albums yet. So we've got System of a Down, self-titled debut. I used to not like this album, but this is actually my favourite at the moment. It's just really, it just makes you really angry. Like the humour, the guitar, the vocals, and like the songwriting and the atmosphere. It's just great. This is a very like acquired taste though. It's not too accessible. Obviously the hits are, and there's some good songs on here like Sugar and Spiders, but I don't know, it's just a very weird album that clicks for me and a lot of people. I'm not saying it's just for me. And Toxicity as well is like, it's a more accessible album than their debut, and this is like a more it feels like they've sorted out their sound more, if you know what I mean. Like, there's great songs on here. There's like Prison Song, Needles, Chop Suey especially, that was massive. Toxicity and Aerials, they were massive as well. I love Toxicity. And there's other songs that are just like for it, like with like bounce. It's just like the perfect blend of humour, anger, and just like great music. You really don't know. You don't know how to describe the System of a Down until you've listened to them. Unless you've listened to them, I mean, sorry. This was given to me for free. I haven't listened to it, I haven't looked it up, and I don't think I will. Sorry. I used to be really big on this album as well. You'll find a lot of these I bought and then I went off the album. Not went off it, but I just didn't listen to it as much. Talking Heads Remaining Light, I do still think it is amazing. Every song on here is great. There's only 8 songs, but every song is great, and I like how it slowly goes like quieter and less energetic, and it's meant to be like a big thing about life. It's great. Born Under Punches is a really good song. Cross-Eyed and Painless, Once in a Lifetime is just a classic song. Listening Wind and The Overload, really depressing, but they're still great. it's just a really good album to listen to the whole way through. And it really got me into Talking Heads, which I'm glad it did that. There's a lot of like community stuff about this album. We have the Verve Urban Hymns. I recognised Bittersweet Symphony, and I listened to this album thinking it would be pretty boring or like just something as background, and it is sort of like chilled, but it's a really good album. I actually need to listen to this more. There's like Sonnet, The Drugs Don't Work, Catching the Butterfly, Lucky Man. There's a lot of good songs on this album, and it's like often overlooked in like Britpop era stuff. I'd definitely like to give this a listen if you listen to like Blur and Oasis. It's actually a really good album. And then, okay, I am glad we actually made this into one video. Got Weezer's self-titled debut. It's not their only self-titled though. Just call it the Blue Album, really. Easy. Again, what can I say about this album? I love every song on this album, but especially there's like No One Else, Buddy Holly, Undone, Say It Ain't So, and Only in Dreams. Oh my god, Only in Dreams. Oh, Only in Dreams is so beautiful. It's amazing. It's one of my favourite songs of all time. It's just so beautiful and like so emotional. Then you've got Pinkerton, which is sort of like Only in Dreams, but to a lot more sad and a lot more dark. And it's like really the first emo album in my opinion, at least one of the first. I actually do prefer this to the Blue Album. There's songs like Get You, Why Bother, Across the Sea especially, that's a great one. Pink Triangle and Butterfly, they're all like, it seems a bit like Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, but the songs on this album are a lot less quiet and a lot less loud. It seems like they've sort of balanced out. If you know what I mean, it's like Melancholy and Infinite Sadness goes like really quiet and then really loud, sometimes in the same song. And then, like, Pinkerton seems like a less extreme version of that, which is great. Okay, final artist. There's the White Stripes, self-titled. I used to, like, want to listen to this more, but this is just a nice album to listen to if you just want something to listen to. Again, this is just like a chilled album. Yeah, and same with Vestigial. There's really nothing I can say about it. There's a lot of good songs on it, and I just listened to it in full, if I'm honest. Like, just listen to it in full, like on a walk or, like playing video games or something. Just do something relaxed while doing it. It's very good. And Elephant is another one of my favourite rock albums. Elephant is so good. Every song on here is great. You've got Seven Nation Army, which isn't even their best song on the album, in my opinion. There's Black Math, which is great. There's No Home for You Here, which is decent. I just don't know what to do with myself in the cold, cold night. I Want to Be the Boy to Warm Your Other's Heart. Ball and Biscuit is great. The Hardest Button to Button is one of my favourite songs on this album. Little Acorns is another. Just the whole. I'm listening off the album. Just Elephant is like a great rock album. Like, if you haven't listened to Elephant, you need to. That's it. It's been emotional.